Notre Dame is number one.
Notre Dame with a miracle win.
He's going in. Notre Dame has scored.
Oh, how does everybody feel? Seriously, tonight I'm not an ESPN analyst. I'm not, Mike and Mike in the morning. I'm a Notre Dame alum. I'm a former Notre Dame football player, and I'm the father of two boys that play on the best football team in the country, and that's Notre Dame. Everybody wanted to doubt us week in and week out. Notre Dame's schedule is overrated. Notre Dame's not going to win here. Notre Dame's not going to win there. Oklahoma week, we're 12-point underdogs. Everybody at my network picked Oklahoma. I told them the next day after we won, I told them all to stick it. I said, stick it, every single one of you. You don't know. You don't know what Notre Dame's about. You don't know that Notre Dame is back at this point and what they're doing. This team, gang, let me tell you, they are so focused. I've been with this team every single week, seeing their preparation, seeing their focus. And now it's time to put it all together one more time against the baddest conference in all the land, the SEC. I don't know why we're even here. I do know why we're here. You know why we're here? To kick their ass. That's why we're here. All right, we got a few speakers tonight. I'll talk in between because if I keep going, I'm going to lose my mind a little bit here and say some things that maybe my bosses may not like, but we don't really care about that. First up, this man, you know him as an actor, a singer, a producer. You've seen him on SCTV, Saturday Night Live, an actor in movies like The Three Amigos, Father of the Bride. But tonight, what this man is the father of a couple of Notre Dame graduates. He's also on the advisory board for the Department Center of Performing Arts. He is now a Notre Dame man. Welcome, Mr. Martin Short. All right.
Look at that.
How about that? All right, Martin.
Look at that.
I want to ask you.
Ask me anything. Ask me anything you want.
One of the great entertainers out there, but also, as I said, a father to a couple of boys that went to Notre Dame, involved in the school now. What has that meant to you? What has Notre Dame meant to you, and how has it grown into your life?
Well, I as a little boy, I watched. I'm Canadian, as you know. We're the aliens you don't deport. We're here, and what? No. So as a little boy, I watched Pat O'Brien win this for the Gipper. From then on, I was sold on Notre Dame. I used to watch every boy, through Buffalo because I lived in Hamilton, and then my son Oliver in 2003 announced he wanted to go to Notre Dame. So he started in 2004, and then my son Henry started in 2007. So we've been a Notre Dame family, we saw the first game in Dublin, and I couldn't believe that I was actually going to be there, fly all that way, and see them slaughter Navy, and they did. And it was clearly the wave of the future.
Now, you've seen, obviously, a lot of crowds and a lot of things you've done, but talk about the following that you've seen out of Notre Dame with your kids being there and just how it's such a national following.
It is the most passionate university. I mean, I know a lot of graduates from university. I've never met Notre Dame alumni and how passionate they feel for the university and how much they love the university, and it's a part of their soul the second they leave. I remember sitting in the stands and seeing that first game, and Elliot Golson, I was, frightened for him and the pressure he was under. You talk about Chris Christie's suspenders. This is much greater than anything you've ever seen, and this kid has become the star, and every game that we hit this year, they just slaughtered it.
Tell everybody here, because I'm sure just by looking at you, they would know about your football career.
Yes, I was, well, my problem was knees. I got injured that first year. That how knees, guys, you can relate. The knee problem. Also, being half midget didn't help. So it's a combination of getting the lead in The Wizard of Oz as coroner, examiner, that guy, or being a quarterback. You can't have it both ways.
So is now, talk about how Notre Dame, is it just ingrained in you now for the rest of your life, and how it just stays with you?
Well, financially, I have no escape. Lou Nani has
A lot of people out here know a lot about that.
Oh no, it's you know, there's clearly I can't retire because of Lou. Lou Nani is out there, looks so damn boyish every time I see him. I thought it was Rachel Maddow at one point when I first saw him. But he's timeless, Lou, isn't he? Well,
Yes.
enough about Lou.
Yes.
What was your question?
I forgot at this point.
It couldn't have been that good.
It was
because no
really
one
good
remembers
enough
it.
for you to go off on a tangent like that. That was clearly my
Well, I
fault.
needed to fill. I got another 2 minutes. Yeah.
All right, what do you think? What do you see for Monday?
Oh, I see a very close game, and I think if there's a little weather, that plays in Notre Dame's favor because they know weather. And I see a 9-point victory.
A 9-point victory for
The Fighting Irish!
Woo! 9-point victory for the
9-point
Fighting
victory.
Irish. I love that.
And I should know because I'm in Hollywood. I don't know why do I know, but I have an instinct.
You do. You have a wonderful
I
instinct.
do. I just, you know, that and Les Mis.
Give it up one more time.
Thank you. I love you.
Oh, see, listen. You don't get many former ball players that know how to do a perfect bow like
Well,
that.
exactly.
Let me tell you that right now. It's very, very impressive. All right, next up. This gentleman, I was going to say young man, but, you know, he played football in the late 60s at Notre Dame, so I can't really say that. Sorry. Still one of the most prolific passing games ever in Notre Dame history, 526 yards. He was a runner-up in the Theismann Trophy, 1970. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame, NFL MVP in his pro career, which is a fantastic pro career as well. But again, tonight, he is former Notre Dame quarterback, Joe Theismann.
Go Irish! Huh? As I look out over this sea of Notre Dame fans, I think back to earlier this afternoon when 300 Alabama fans showed up. And I thought, wow, here's a football team that's playing for a national championship. Their fans think that they're just going to win on Monday night. Well, we have another thought for them, because what's represented here this evening are so many of the things that Coach Kelly talked about in that film that we saw just before our great band came out here and let us out. This is a football team that has passion. They have care for one another. They take care of each other. They worry about each other. Heck, they're sleeping in hotel rooms together right now. That's how much they care about one another. The University of Notre Dame is unique. People say to me, and they ask this question, Joe, if the University of Notre Dame can win on Monday night, I say, whoa, wait, whoa. Let's stop right there. Let's make this statement. After the University of Notre Dame wins on Monday night, do you believe that Notre Dame football is back? I don't ever believe Notre Dame football went anywhere. We're unique. It's a unique alumni. It's a unique student body. It's a unique group of supporters that absolutely love this university unconditionally, because the men that represent this football team love you unconditionally. They know how important you are. I've had the opportunity to play on some of the biggest stages in the world of football. Certainly not near the stage as my good friend is Martin Short. Those little stages that he used to perform on. But I can tell you this, as an athlete, when you stop and say, how much do the fans make a difference in the outcome of a football game? Go to Notre Dame Stadium. Take a look at how important you are to what happens on that field. The University of Notre Dame is unique. It is different. I think back to 1970 when we played the #1 team in the nation, Texas. We weren't supposed to beat them because they were that good a football team. They had been #1. They had won a national title. I was the runner-up to the Theismann Trophy. Manti Te'o was the runner-up to the Theismann Trophy. An award, by the way, he deserved to win. Just because we're quarterbacks doesn't make that award an offensive award. And I see so many similarities between what's going to transpire on Monday night. A team that nobody cared about in August, the University of Notre Dame, Pshaw. Who are they? What are they going to do? Let's talk about LSU. Let's talk about Alabama. Let's talk about A&M. Let's talk about Florida. Let's talk about all those schools in the SEC. We're here to serve notice to all of you that may be listening wherever you might be. We agree the SEC is a great conference, but we're going to show you what an independent looks like on Monday night. I've had the good fortune to be asked to be a part of these programs for a number of years because Notre Dame has done so much and accomplished so much. And it is because of you, the student athletes, because of the band, because of the trainers, because of the people that love the University of Notre Dame. We go back into this season, starting in Ireland. Well, how good was Notre Dame going to be? Oh, well, they finally beat Navy. Oh, well, they finally beat Purdue. Oh, well, let's go to Norman, Oklahoma. Woo! Big bad Norman, Oklahoma with that fantastic defense and that unbelievable passer and that incredible passing game. And let's just whoop on them like we did. But wait, hold it now. Oh, gee whiz. Stanford's coming to town. Oh, my goodness. Stanford University. Great coaching, big players, tough players. Will we ever be able to compete? When I played for the Redskins, bad weather was called Redskin weather. We played them on a cold, dreary, typical day in South Bend, Indiana. And we beat Stanford. Look at the record. Don't listen to them moan about it. Look at the record. And then we had a chance to go and play the University of Southern California. What was at stake that night? What was at stake was the opportunity to be here in South Beach, to be able to put Notre Dame right back where, in our minds, they always have been, but in America's minds, in the world's mind, as the greatest collegiate football team in the year of 2012. You see, on Monday night, we'll be proud and we'll be loud because we are the University of Notre Dame. And Alabama, I hope you're listening because we're coming for you. Praise God.
I'll tell you, I don't. If there were any other teams playing in the national championship, there is no school that could have a turnout like this. Give yourselves a hand out there. Unbelievable. And I'm looking at a sea of people out there. It is incredible. I will say up close by the fence there, be easy on pushing forward there so we're not smashing anybody into the fence either. Be nice to them. Or I'll bring Martin Short out there to take care of somebody. Joe made a lot of great points about this year. It got very aggravating for me. Since I do a national show, at times I'm supposed to hold my tongue. But I had a hard time this year holding my tongue because I got sick and tired of people just minimizing what Notre Dame was accomplishing. All of a sudden at the beginning of the year, Notre Dame had the hardest schedule in the land. But it was amazing after we would pummel a team, all of a sudden they weren't so good anymore. Well, maybe Notre Dame's overrated. Well, maybe Notre Dame's overrated. We're overrated to the tune of 12-0. I got your overrated right here is what I got you. And I get the whole SEC. You know, it's beautiful. The amazing thing of the SEC sometimes and the arrogance there. Texas A&M has been in the SEC all of 1 year. And so they get a big win the other night in the Cotton Bowl. And it was an impressive win. I got more tweets from people in the SEC. Well, what do you think of our SEC? You were going to roll, you guys. Look at our SEC. I said, you're the same people that said Texas A&M is coming from the Big 12 into our big conference and they're going to get their butts kicked. A team came from the Big 12 and kicked all your SEC butts, including the team we're going to play. It's all about what have you done for me lately. I know Bama's won a couple of national titles the last 2 years, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about right here, right now. That's what we're talking about. And our next two speakers are going to give you great insight on what this feeling, what this magical feeling that we're all going to feel on Monday night, the party that we're going to have Monday night is going to be incredible. And these next two guys experienced it. First, he was a safety. At the end of the 80s, he was part of that 23-game winning streak. And obviously, the last time Notre Dame won a national championship, the 1988 national championship team. He's a guy who had a key knockdown on a two-point conversion against Miami to preserve a win in that national championship season. He wears a national championship ring. He wears the last national championship ring Notre Dame won. And he's going to tell you just how we're going to get one this year. Welcome, national champion safety, Pat Terrell.
Notre Dame, can you hear me? Can the strip hear you? I don't think so. Let them know you're here. Let them know where the party is on the beach. I'll tell you what, we've had some great speakers tonight. We got more to come. But they asked me to just share a couple of thoughts of what it's like preparing for the biggest game of your collegiate career. And I'll tell you one thing, Coach Kelly has our boys ready. They're ready. Now you guys have stuck with the Irish. There's a couple fans out there that are surprised, but those players that are sleeping tonight, they're not surprised. Listen, Monday night, they can't wait. It can't get here fast enough. They need you guys. They need you. Are you ready? That's not going to cut it. Are you ready? You know, we are fans, students, alumni of the greatest institution in the world. And we're not surprised that we're here right now. The only surprise people are going to be is that Crimson Tide. They're going to be real surprised. Because one thing that Coach Holtz taught us when we were in this position is respect. And respect is not something that you talk about. Respect is going out there and looking a guy in the face and saying, here we are right now. Let me see you disrespect me when my face is to your face. Let me see you run me over when I'm standing here looking you right in the eye. Alabama's not ready. They are not ready. But listen, we've got a challenge, you guys. And the challenge is, and I have a confession to make. You know, looking back on things, being a Notre Dame football player, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of blood, sweat, tears. But you know what? The real challenge is being a fan of Notre Dame. Because the people out there do not realize that we have something special at this great university. We have a faith and a belief. Can you hear me? We have a faith and a belief in this great university, and that's what non-believers don't understand. That is a challenge. But Monday night, you guys are going to let the world know we are. You got to be loving where we are right now, but we shouldn't be surprised. We should expect to be where we are right now. Fans, you're not fans of Notre Dame because you like and satisfied with mediocrity.
You don't come to the university because you want to be average and just fit in. And you don't play for the Irish to be average. Can you hear me? So Monday night, let's let the world know that the tide is flipped. We're back now. Things are different. And Notre Dame is back where we're supposed to be. Coach Kelly has these guys ready. And you guys be ready and support the Fighting Irish. We've got the greatest band in the country. Yes, we've got the greatest cheerleaders in the country. And we know we have the greatest fans and we have the greatest team. Let's go get them, Irish.
Oh, it really feels like the tide is turning. You know, Martin Short was here. He's a comedian. You try and be funny like that. Sorry about that. You know what? Now having a couple of kids on the team, we get to follow the team. Obviously, we're with them a lot. Got to know a lot of these players, and you guys and gals would be so impressed with them and their drive. And Coach Kelly, she gets so much credit for keeping them so even keel. It didn't matter if it was a big game against Oklahoma or what the game meant in USC or senior day against Wake Forest. The guys had the same intensity level. And to a man, when I talk with them about the season, the one thing that rings in their head over and over, because there's a lot of people that think Notre Dame's just kind of happy to be here. Because they haven't been here in so long, they're just happy to be here. Oh, by the way, we have the most national championships anywhere out of anybody, so we know what it's like to be here. But to a man, what those players said is, you know what? While it would be nice, no one's going to remember a 12-1 team that doesn't win the national championship. They're going to remember us when we're 13-0 and can win a national championship and bring that back to Notre Dame. And let me tell you, this game is going to be a tough game. They are a big physical team. We are a big physical team. I don't think they really understand how big and physical we are. And the way our guys are going to show them is nothing short of putting their hand in the dirt, bringing it up and punching them square in the face, and making their nose bleed and their eyes water. And I guarantee you, that's going to get their attention. That is going to get their attention. That's what this game is going to be. And you guys can have such a huge part in it. They got a bunch of tickets, we got a bunch of tickets. Make it a home stadium. Make the noise level a home stadium. When they're on offense, make the noise. Make the noise. The band will get you going. The cheerleaders will get you going. Make the noise and force them into mistakes. That'll be your job while the players are taking care of their job. Our next speaker, part of that 88 national championship team as well. Part of the 23-game winning streak. Part of the team that they said is the last time Notre Dame was relevant. Rick Riley, how you doing now, by the way, my friend? This guy led that team. Led that team. Fourth in the Theismann that year. Football News. First team All-American quarterback. He's your quarterback of the 1988 National Championship team, Mr. Tony Rice.
It's another time. Haven't felt this way in a long time. I think about it. I dream about it. I don't talk to that many people about it, but I have it in my mind. The mind is that I bleed blue and gold. I like to kick ass. I love to win. Wow. What else could there be? Notre Dame winning Monday. Yes. That's what it's all about. It's about Notre Dame. We are indeed. They say, Tony, you're too old to play. I tell you what, I'm so hyped right now, I think I can play. And no one can stop me. They say, the Lord is my shepherd, but Lou Holtz is my coach. And I would do anything for that man. anything for my university. It's my university. Okay, I'm sorry. It's our university. The last time I played against Alabama, we beat them. That's the only thing I know. Was it 37-6? Yeah. Wow. Threw a pass to Tim Brown. He completed it. I completed it. I made it. They said I couldn't throw. Wow. Good one. Alabama. I love this shirt they had. Let me see. Catholics versus cousins. I'm not afraid to say. I'm a grown man. I can say whatever I want to say, right? We are the Irish. We are indeed. We love our university. And I tell you what, I'll go down fighting for our university. When I say I love the lady on the dome, I play for her. I play for her because she gives me a chance to do that Alabama is never going to do, because winning a national championship, that's good. That's what we're all about. Alabama, yeah, they did that little thing. Well, who cares about them? I don't. They don't put, they don't, I was going to say something bad. I'm sorry. So anyway, back to my story. I challenge you guys. You challenge me. You guys gave me an opportunity to play quarterback at Notre Dame, to represent the lady on the dome. Now it's time for this team right here. I won't be the last one. We have a quarterback from South Carolina. I said, hey, how do you feel about your record? It's going to be broken. It never was a record. He's just going to be a part of an elite group that did something that no other team could do, to win a national championship. He's going to do it. The whole team. Wow. You know what? I love putting on a show. I love competing for everything. And to show you that I love it so much, I had a little wager going on with one guy at work. He said, we'll win by 8. I know the point spread is 10. We'll win by 8. What's the score? Oh, 28-20. That's 8, isn't it? Yeah, what you gonna do about it? Well, I'll give you 10 push-ups. That's not many things I can do for you now. But, you know, in the long run, you're gonna give me that deal that we're closing on. So, I'm gonna challenge our team. They gotta help me out. Pull me through this. Because again, we are indeed. Thanks for having me. I wish you guys the best. Enjoy tomorrow. No, enjoy tomorrow, but enjoy Monday for sure.
I see what you got there. You got a national championship Notre Dame quarterback that's using his education in the business world. It's a major, but either way, it's going to work. So we've heard from players. Myself being a former player, Joe being a former player, Pat and Tony. But there's got to be somebody that leads a group, somebody that can take a group of men and mold them into championship. Take them and mold them. That's what Brian Kelly is trying to do now in his 3rd year. We know that 3rd year is a magical number for the coaches that have won national championships at Notre Dame. Coach Kelly has done a great job taking Coach Weiss's players, bringing in his players, and bringing them together in that 3rd year. And at this point, they have not been stopped. It takes a great leader. I just happen to have a great leader here. I think the biggest compliments a person who played the game could give a coach is to say, Coach, I would have loved to have played for you. I would have loved to have played for this man. I get to work with him now at ESPN, but I would have loved to play for this man. I don't need to read off his stats. I don't need to read off where he's been. I don't need to read off his wins. He's right where he belongs in the College Football Hall of Fame. He's right where he belongs in the lore of greats at Notre Dame. He has a statue, for God's sakes, right outside the stadium. He's the head coach of the 1988 National Championship team, Lou Holtz.
brings back so many great memories. It's really great to have Notre Dame back where it belongs, on top, number one. College football is better when Notre Dame's on top. More interest, better. Nothing is greater than to have Notre Dame be on top where we are now. I've been away for a while, but there's some things that never change. The band dedicated as ever, the cheerleaders as beautiful and talented as ever, and the fans as loyal. I want to congratulate the fans because for these last 20 years, you've listened to everybody tell you why Notre Dame can't be number one. Our academics are too tough. The schedule's too difficult. They go on, but you believed, you persevered, and I congratulate you. I also congratulate the administration here at the University of Notre Dame for making the right choices and bringing in the right people and proving that Notre Dame can be on top without compromising one single thing academically or our values. I also want to congratulate the best football team in the country, the University of Notre Dame, and I say that from the bottom of my heart. They are the best football team in the country. It has been such a blessing to watch them play and exhibit the same qualities that Notre Dame espouses. They play with intelligence. They play with a commitment to excellence. They play with great sportsmanship. They play with great integrity. But most importantly, they play for a love of each other and the love of the University of Notre Dame. I always felt that when we played somebody, they would be so excited to play against Notre Dame. But they could never be as motivated to play against Notre Dame as it is to be able to play for Notre Dame. What a special privilege it is to play for Notre Dame. I would have the players all the time say, "Coach, our uniforms are so simple. Why do we wear black shoes?" Because I said I don't like brown ones. They want to know why we don't have names on the back of the jerseys. I said, we have Notre Dame. You're lucky we have numbers. It was up to me to just be Notre Dame because that's what you play for. Notre Dame is a very special place. And there's a spirit about Notre Dame. Make no mistake about it, that spirit lives. It was there. When UCLA and John Wooden brought the 77 winning basketball record to Notre Dame, and who broke that streak? And the same thing when Muffin McGraw took the Notre Dame basketball team to Connecticut and broke that streak. The same thing that happened when Notre Dame went to Oklahoma in '57 and broke their long game winning streak. There was a spirit of Notre Dame in '88 when Miami brought their 36 game unbeaten regular season streak. So it's the spirit. You believe. I believe in Notre Dame so strongly. Now on Monday, when I get on TV, I will be an analyst, and I'll try to be as professional as I possibly can. But I love the University of Notre Dame. We sent 3 wonderful children there. They sent us back 3 mature adults who are ready to succeed in life and meet all the challenges. See, what is great about being on top? You think about the adversity that we've had to overcome this year, and the faith and the belief of what we can do and how we can do it. Oh, you're always going to have skeptics. I have more people stop me and say, how's Mark May going to take his loss? And let me tell you something. Mark May is a wonderful guy. He really is, but we have a difference of opinion. He was a coach, I was a player. He made suggestions, I made decisions. He signed a paycheck on the back, I signed it on the front. He showered after work, I showered before work. I mean, there's just a difference of opinion. But Mark May just doesn't see things. And I love him dearly. He's smart as all get out, but I saw a bumper sticker that I keep reminding him. It said, Jesus loves you. Everybody else thinks you're a but I just, as you know, I love Notre Dame, and it's just a special place, the spirit there. And what makes Notre Dame really great, ladies and gentlemen, do not underestimate Our Lady on the Dome. In 1880, when Notre Dame burnt down, Father Soren said the reason it burnt down, we didn't make the dome high enough. He said, we're going to make that dome so big that people will be able to see Our Blessed Lady from miles away. And when they want to know what made Notre Dame great, They only have to look at Our Lady on the Dome. Ladies and gentlemen, this was 20 years probably before Notre Dame ever played a football game. Notre Dame is special. The grotto, the basilica, the people. It's the atmosphere. People say, what makes it special? If you've been there, you don't need an answer. If you haven't been part of it, no explanation will suffice. It's just a spirit and a togetherness that makes it very, very special. I remember in '88 when we played Miami, we had a luncheon before the game, and the guy that gave the invocation got up. And he said, before I give the invocation, he looked at me and said, Coach, I want you to know, I'm the team chaplain from Miami. I'm a Catholic priest. And he said, I want you to know that God doesn't care who wins this football game. Let us pray. When I got up, I looked at him, I said, Father, I agree with you. God doesn't care who wins this game, but I want to promise you his mother does. So let's just be proud that we're part of Notre Dame. And I remember Abe Lemons was a basketball coach at Texas when I was at Arkansas. He'd bring his basketball team up to Arkansas and we'd win. They'd get in a press conference after, they'd say, I'd rather lose and be able to go home than win and have to stay here. I hate to lose, but I want to tell you, I'd rather be part of Notre Dame, win or loss, because there's no place like it as special. As you know, my wife and I, and God bless her, she and I have been married 52 years, the greatest young lady in the world. I cannot thank her enough. She is special. You know, she's had some health problems. I went back to Notre Dame, and the students asked me how she was doing. I said, great, I speak at a couple thousand. As a matter of fact, I promised her if her weight got up to 115 this summer, I was going to take her to the Holy Land. The students got so excited, said, oh, that's great, Coach. We're so happy you're going to bring her back to Notre Dame. I said, no, we're going to Jersey. But that's a mentality. It's just a special place, and we'll be buried at Notre Dame. We have our burial plots are right there on campus that overlooks the golf course and the Golden Dome. It's a little bit better view if you're sitting up, but we'll still be proud to be part of Notre Dame. And I leave you with this last thought. You want to be happy for an hour? Eat a steak. You want to be happy for a day? Play golf. You want to be happy for a month? Go on a cruise. A cruise to me is like being in jail, except you have a chance to drown. You want to be happy for a month? Buy a new car. You want to be happy for a year? Win the lottery. You want to be happy for a lifetime? Beat Alabama and win the national championship. Thank you very much. And the last thing I always told our football players, before we went out for a big game like this, the last thing I said to them, sincerely, I said, man, this sucker doesn't have to be close. We don't have an obligation to make this a close game for ESPN to keep the viewers. There's nothing against us beating them badly. Go Irish. Thank you. God bless.
Wow, listen. When Lou Holtz is done talking, that means we're pretty much at the end of the program, because you can't really do much after that kind of class, because he goes on the air Monday, said he's going to be as unbiased as possible. I'm also going on the air Monday, and I'm going to be unbelievably obnoxious in the morning. There's no doubt about it. Real quick, everybody come back here tomorrow night, another party. Dirk Bentley and Flo Rida are here playing for free. You want to check them out. And I leave you with this before the band does what they do best. I leave you with this. It is a national audience tomorrow to watch the greatest national college football team of all time. We walk into that stadium, number one, and we run out of that stadium, number one. Go Irish!